This is Jupiter Today for the 21st of November 2014. Jupiter Today is a daily podcast focusing attention on the Jupiter system for the purpose of monitoring activity. At 0 hours UTC, the position of Jupiter on the celestial sphere is a right ascension of 9 hours, 38 minutes, 1.4 seconds, and a declination of positive 14 degrees, 51 minutes, 43.8 seconds. The angular separation from the Sun is currently 96.469 degrees, which is 0.952 degrees greater than yesterday. The distance from Earth to Jupiter is 763,600,842 kilometers. And that's 2,334,253 kilometers closer than yesterday. Jupiter appears to be moving toward Earth at a velocity of 97,260.54 degrees kilometers per hour. And this velocity is slowing down by 6.183 kilometers per hour every hour. Of course, as you can see from the chart, Jupiter goes around the Sun once in 11 years, and the Earth goes around, of course, in 1 year. Earth is traveling about 11 times faster than Jupiter. And so what's actually happening is that the Earth is swinging around on its orbit, catching up to Jupiter. Io begins the day in Quadrant 1, very near its eastern elongation. Europa starts in Quadrant 2, moving west. So Io is on the far side of Jupiter, Europa is on the near side of Jupiter. Ganymede reaches its eastern elongation and begins its motion west in Quadrant 2, on the same side of Jupiter as Europa. Callisto spends the entire day moving further west in Quadrant 3, also on the near side of Jupiter. At 6 hours UTC, Io is still in Quadrant 2, moving west. Europa is also in Quadrant 2, moving west, having passed Io. At 12 hours UTC, Io is still moving west in Quadrant 2, almost ready to start a transit. Europa is transiting Jupiter, moving west, now in Quadrant 3. Ganymede continues its motion west in Quadrant 2, and Callisto continues to move further west of Jupiter. at 1800 hours UTC, Io is now moving west in Quadrant 3, and Europa is still moving west in Quadrant 3. And by 0 hours tomorrow morning, Io is still moving west in quadrant 3, but nearing its western elongation. Europa is also near its western elongation. Jupiter satellite events. At 7:05 UTC, the shadow of Europa appears on the disk of Jupiter. At 9:37 UTC, Europa begins its transit of Jupiter. At 9:57 UTC, Europa's shadow disappears from the disk of Jupiter. At 11:38, the shadow of Io appears on the disk of Jupiter. At 12:30 UTC, Europa ends its transit. At 12:52, Io begins its transit of Jupiter. At 13:54, the shadow of Io disappears from the disk of Jupiter. And at 15:08, Io ends its transit of Jupiter. There are no satellite neutral events today. The red spot crosses the meridian of Jupiter 3 times. The first at 1:19, the second at 11:15, and the third at 20:11 UTC. There was some new radio data collected on the 19th of November. Again, showing the UT time along the bottom and the frequency in megahertz along the side. There were no new images or data corresponding to Jupiter or the Jupiter system, and there were no papers published today about Jupiter. So please subscribe. Also send your images to the email shown. Remember to include the time that you took the images. And until tomorrow, I bid you peace.